Welcome to another evening of Ninon Speaks. Absolutely an amazing show. The only reason why it's really amazing is because the guests we have. And the guests we have are really from all over the world. I never pre-interview any of my guests, so I really don't know who they are, what they are. I know a little bit about them, but really, really minus. It's not too much. AJ always introduces our guests. So AJ, go ahead, introduce this beautiful looking guest with all these notes behind him. Wow.
Thank you so much, Ninon. We have a fabulous guest tonight. We have Ryan Hazy, also known as Mr. Sparkles, and he is an entertainer and performer from Las Vegas, Nevada, right where you are, Ninon.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, so welcome, Ryan, Mr. Sparkles. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Well, absolutely, but I'm looking Ryan Blackwell, Ryan Hazy, AKA Mr. Sparkles. You have a number of names. What did your mother call you?
Ryan.
I figured that.
And she uses my full name when I'm in trouble.
Ryan Blackwell, right?
She'll use my middle name too.
Oh, really? Oh, but that's when she's really mad at you. But I'm sure she never gets mad at you.
Oh no, never. No, I'm
No,
such a perfect angel.
Yeah, you look it. You look as if you could really get up to mischief.
Oh yes.
Put you on the strip and it's alive.
Oh, absolutely. That is very true.
I just by looking at you, I can tell with all those notes and everything. Actually, Ryan, I don't know what you do. Do you sing? You dance? You strip? What do you do?
I am Bobby Darin and Frank Sinatra impersonator, but see the difference between me and I don't like to say impersonator because I feel that impersonators are people who try to sound exactly like, and
correct.
And I am my own individual artist. I try to embody the spirit and the music of Bobby Darin and Frank Sinatra while putting my own vocal twists on them.
I like that. That makes it very different. And you're so right, because they're all sort of impersonating Frank Sinatra, especially. And this man's got so many different voices, but they all kind of connect. They all kind of are like him, and there's one's better than others. Bobby Darin, I've never met anybody that really does Bobby Darin. Was he lost and forgotten, or what happened to him?
Well,
you recognize him.
He died very young.
Yes.
But he beat the odds. He was supposed to not live past the age of 8 years old, and he had a heart condition. Right. And there was a movie that depicted his life that starred Kevin Spacey, and it was very well done. It was Beyond the Sea, and that just watching that film just inspired me even further to want to sing these songs. Dream Lover, a great classic that was so overlooked and completely, and people are like, Bobby who? I'm like, Bobby Darin. And they're like,
everybody knows Bobby Darin. Come on.
No, you'd be amazed how many of the youngsters today don't. There are a few that do. And, the thing about I'm grateful that Bublé is out there bringing back the big band and jazz era, and now Lady Gaga as well bringing back the big band and jazz era into her repertoire. It's nice to see those artists doing so, but I feel like there's not enough of those artists out there.
I couldn't agree with you more. I was brought up a little bit in that area in my early days. I can't deny that as much as I'd like to, but it was a beautiful era to live in. And the songs and the whole music system was totally different then. It was, more romantic and more sort of slower and sort of, I'm not going to disagree with the music today because I love the music today as well, but it's different, very, very different.
Today's a digital music world now. I feel like there's a lot of...
You're right, digital. I never thought of calling it digital, but you're right.
It really is.
The DJs, they swirl these records to make them squeak and do all different things.
Well, now they have just a little small, tiny little thing, a tiny little device, and you just spin it with your hand. They don't even have records on there. It's digitally produced. The sounds are produced digitally. I remember good old LPs and 45s. I have my Frank Sinatra albums on records. I love records, and I'm like, bring them back.
Yeah, I don't know. Life seemed a little bit more exciting then, but that was our time, and now it's their time or whatever the time is. I don't know.
I love hearing the old, clicks and cracks and things on the needle, when it's actually spinning on the record.
Yeah.
It's just that sound is so,
that little cracking noise.
yeah, like it's so unique, and you don't hear that anymore. Which, I mean, I understand that people want a clear, concise sound, but that was what is so special about records and 45s and LPs and whatnot. So
absolutely,
yeah.
Now,
I want to let you know, Ninon, he does a fabulous impression of Donald Trump.
Oh, dear.
Oh, no. Well, we're just going to ask him about the photograph next to him, but let's go to Donald Trump first.
Oh, dear Lord.
So, dear Lord, dear Lord has arrived. Well, now I'm going to ask, now you've let the cat out of the bag, AJ. So now we're going to ask you to do Trump.
Okay, all right.
Go on, go for it.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, I won the election bigly. We all know it was rigged. It was stolen. We all know I won the election. We all, we're just going to storm the Capitol, but don't tell everybody that I'm behind it, okay? We're going to keep that quiet.
Yes, bravo. That's so good.
That. So you impersonate other people as well. How many of those people do you do?
Oh, just that one.
Oh, you're saying to us that's enough.
No, I like to do funny voices and have fun sometimes. When my wife and I just mess around and we have a good time. In fact, you met my wife, Ninon, when we first moved here 2 years ago. Mm-hmm. We came over to the pepper mill and we had the honor of sitting down and meeting with you there.
Oh, how
name
wonderful.
is Julie. And
Julie what?
Julie Hall.
I'm trying to remember who Julie Hall was. I can't. Was she a singer?
She is a pinup and burlesque artist.
Oh, I don't.
How wonderful that you both met Ninon at the pepper mill. That's a beautiful memory, and now you can reconnect now.
And Ninon came out and saw the sparkle car.
Yeah. Oh, I know who you are exactly now. Oh, you know something? It's like you've grown up.
Yeah.
Truly, it's like, because he had this small car. I don't know what it was, a mini minor or something, but it wasn't a big car, but it was covered in bling, totally covered in, wasn't it? In all different shades and different colors. I couldn't miss you on the street, that's for sure.
Oh, yes, that's true.
So since I've seen you then and now, how have you done? How do you feel you have performed?
The pandemic, when it hit, everything shut down in Vegas, and it was rough and difficult for a lot of people. And I feel like that sort of sparked me to, I was bored sitting at home. So I signed up, I used to be an Uber and Lyft driver in Seattle. I have a Dodge Grand Caravan that's covered in silver rhinestones, and I have a Ford Fusion hybrid covered in red and silver rhinestones with piano keys on the side. And that car was originally a tribute to Liberace. And he inspired me because I saw his rhinestone Cadillac. I'm like, how cool would it be to have a rhinestone car? And then I became famous in Seattle for driving the famous Sparkles lift. And then when I was doing that, I had so many great experiences, and passengers were seeing the project fold from just one tiny little row, which grew into, more and more and more until the car got completely covered. And
it was too heavy to drive.
No, I would say there's probably at least maybe 200-300 pounds of maybe, I don't know, I'm not really good with math, but I'd say there's probably between maybe 100 and 200 pounds of rhinestones on that car. For sure.
Wow. Is this the photo? Is this the photo right here in Seattle?
That is in Seattle, yes. And
amazing.
The 12.
AJ, thank you for putting those photos. We said we couldn't do it, but you did it. AJ, you're amazing. Thank you so much. That's amazing. Look, I remember that car. I walked out to the parking lot. I said, I got to see this car. And off I went. And it was incredible.
And so
what are you doing? Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's basically, I became an Uber and Lyft driver here in Vegas to make ends meet. Because performers didn't have anywhere to go. We didn't have anywhere to, perform anymore because everything was shut down. And so, when things finally started opening up slowly, I am still currently hesitant about performing and just being out and about in public in large crowds, just due to how serious this pandemic has become.
Yes, it has. It's funny how it's hit some people some ways and other people other ways. I'm totally oblivious of what's going on. Touch wood, I haven't got it. I didn't stop my show. My show was stopped for maybe 6 weeks, that's all. I still went out, I still did everything. But I did, I've never been one for crowds anyway. So I'm always sort of back off even regular life, I back off in crowds. I'm not very comfortable in crowds. I got kind of claustrophobia. But it didn't really, it was good for me. But it didn't really affect my life or what I was doing. And I just kept moving. But because of the COVID, we started this show, Ninon Speaks, because of that. Because AJ was on all my shows, Vegas Live with Ninon. I get all these little ticks, all these likes, and all these love this and love that, and this is little hearts and things. It's been on for a couple of years, and I thought, who is this woman? Anyway, so I found out who AJ was, and here we are. Now because of COVID, we have our own show now, which is amazing. See what happens?
Yep. And it's a fantastic show. I watch a lot of them. I get notifications on Facebook. Ninon has a new show. I'm going to watch it.
There she goes again.
I love that. Thank you so much, Ryan.
Well,
my pleasure.
Yeah, it's amazing, to do that. And the photograph next door to you at the moment, where was that taken? Because that's a beautiful photograph.
That was taken on stage, I believe, at a karaoke competition, and the feather pieces were a part of an opera diva costume that belonged to a company known as Teatro Zanzani. They're based out of Seattle, and they also have a location in Chicago, and they put together this sort of Cirque du Soleil meets a 5-course dinner type show, and it's fantastic.
Beautiful.
And I'm trying so desperately to get them to bring a location here to Vegas, because they would, oh my God.
Vegas needs that. So you've got to
need stuff like that.
Yes,
I agree.
Yeah. They definitely need that. You're definitely a very big inspiration to Las Vegas, but not only Las Vegas, to the entertainment world, because you are actually an entertainer. You get up, you entertain people, and there's entertaining and there's singing, and there's two different things, because you can sing and entertain at the same time, and some people just sing and don't entertain. But I think you are more of an entertainer. So what are you looking for now, and what do you have coming up?
Currently, nothing is on the books right now. I am currently working full time from home, so I'm not really able to get out very much. But that's a good thing. At least I'm able to still pay my bills, keep a roof over my head, make sure my wife is happy. The most important, happy wife, happy wife. Yep, happy wife, happy life.
I don't have to go through any of that. I just have to make sure I keep myself happy.
But eventually, my ultimate goal at some point down the road is to put together a small 6 or 8 piece orchestra, and eventually do some shows around town. I would like that very much. I'm hoping that time will permit me to, because I know that's a big commitment. You got to have rehearsals and whatnot. Eventually either that or just a one-man show with a canned orchestra. I'm okay doing that too. Well,
I think if you start off with something small like that, it might, then people know you're out there, and then you get someone come in to play the guitar, and someone comes in and plays the drums, and because Vegas has so many entertainers that are looking for what you're looking for, and I never quite understand why they can't all reach each other. I mean, you gotta get together, right, AJ?
Yes, Ninon.
I agree. And there are forums out there, there's Facebook group pages and whatnot, and I follow those, and I'm looking, and I'm like, for me, I feel like the big band era is so overlooked also in Vegas, though. Mm-hmm. That's part of the problem, I feel. Yeah. The style and genres that I like to do, I feel like are forgive the expression, geared towards blue hairs, if you know what I mean by blue hairs. Oh, it's an older genre of music, so you get an older audience, and so I feel like
I fit right into that category.
I feel like a lot of producers in Vegas don't really look at these types of shows and think, oh well, we can make money with that, and so we as crooners and big band performers, we get overlooked. And so I think,
you know who is doing this recently, which you might want to get in touch with or try to go to a couple of their shows, is the Italian American Club. They've got a room there that probably fits, I'm not sure, 120, 150 people, but they've got quite a lot. They extended the stage because of COVID. And when they extended the stage, they made it really good. It's quite a big stage. It can hold quite a large band. Absolutely amazing. It's but also the older people support this club. It's always the older people. Yeah, you get a couple of young ones, but not the young ones that you're talking about. They're sort of, they want to dance around and do all that stuff. And there was also the Vegas room, which is just open. I don't know if you've heard of that one.
I have not. No.
Oh, look up the Vegas room. It's the commercial center, right behind the right hand behind the Wyndham.
Okay.
Right behind there. That's that great big dilapidated shopping center, and everything's opening up in there.
Oh,
the
wonderful.
Jazz singer's in there. Remember we went there, AJ? We saw the jazz singer in there.
Yes, it's wonderful.
Go ahead.
Yeah, that's beautiful. That's a great idea, Ninon.
Yeah, I think if you start but you could get together, because I know there's a lot of people like you that want to get together. And I guess COVID kind of, shut that all down. But I think now it's sort of, I think it's a little okay. I mean, why not? Try it.
I definitely will. Thank you so much.
Because the old music, and there's a lot of, I'm not knocking them, but there's a lot of old players in this town.
I am not knocking anyone either.
We all love it. We love to see them out there all playing, and they're all doing their thing. And
I love to sing. I love to sing, and I love to make people smile and laugh and have a good time. And I feel if I don't make someone smile at least once a day, I'm doing something wrong in my life. And I live by that. Life without sparkles is not life at all. That
means life without Ryan, because Ryan is sparkles. You are Mr. Sparkle.
I love that quote. Can you say it one more time? A life without sparkles, what?
A life without sparkles is not life at all.
Isn't that lovely? And especially Vegas. I mean, goodness gracious.
Oh, goodness. I know, the city of bling, and that's what's fascinating to me. I don't understand why more people aren't, so blingy. I see all these little cars with license plates holders that are blingy, but I'm like, what about the rest of your car?
Bling.
Yeah.
And then they see my car, and I mean, literally, people will stop and take pictures of my car while we're driving, and they'll do things that are a little bit dangerous. And I encourage you, if you do see me, and please wait until you're stopped at a stoplight to take a picture. Don't do it while you're driving.
Not in the middle of the street.
It's just don't take pictures or videos of my car while you're driving. I did not design it for that purpose. I designed it so that people could look at it and enjoy its beauty.
So, Mr. Sparkle, what have you got in your mind that you would like to? We're coming up to sort of the end of this year and everything else. What would you like to really plan for next year? Is it the big band and putting all that together, or starting off small, as you said, start off with yourself? What do you have in mind, and how people, because I'm now reaching out to people out there that are watching this show. This show is very much about helping other people in the entertainment business. AJ and I have put this together, and I used to do this show privately, but now we've got it on the air and try to encourage people to come in. We want to help you, so we give you a platform to be out there, and so you have the platform right now, Mr. Sparkle, and it's all yours. Say whatever you would like to say, that how you can encourage people to come and join you.
I'm just true to who I am. I like to make people smile. If that is what you are about, feel free to reach out to me. I do have a Facebook page, Mr. Sparkles, so you can find me on that page. My personal page is a little more, not easily found on Facebook, but I do check my Facebook every day, every hour. I know I should get a life.
Then I'm with you. I should get a life too then. Okay. Let's go and get a life with your wife.
I would like to also, either pursue the big band and performing with people, and putting together shows and varieties and cabaret shows, that don't necessarily just feature one genre. Things that, maybe, throw some drag queens that can sing into a show, something unique and special. I'm looking
In
for
other
that.
words, make it a variety show.
Exactly. Yeah.
A variety show. I don't even know if we have a variety show in Vegas. I think we have different performers, but
Yeah, I'm sure I know that Legends is kind of
Yeah.
a variety show, but I mean, that's, different impersonators. That's not really, I don't know. I just would love to put together an old vaudevillian, old school, vintage, 1950s, 60s, 70s style.
Vaudevilles. The vaudevilles that used to be out there. They were in the little theaters and they had all these different dancers and strippers and singers and everything. Yes, you're right.
I think that would be so much fun. If I can't do that, I would love to find perhaps some financial backers to help me build another idea that I have for expanding and creating my own rideshare platform for people who come to Las Vegas to be able to request a Sparkle car.
Oh, that's
Well,
sweet.
now, wait a second. That is a brilliant idea. And I happen to know somebody, not in Vegas, they're actually in Pittsburgh that have a lot to do with cars and they like unusual things. But what a great idea to have a fleet. I'm talking about not a fleet, a large fleet, but if you had like 4 cars, and I also know somebody here who also has a limousine service. So you don't know what might happen. I mean,
I would love to, expand my idea and to create a way for, for people who come to Las Vegas to specifically experience a sparkly time.
Have you ever thought of renting your car out?
I have thought of renting it, and that nobody will drive my car but me.
Do you have a website, Mr. Sparkles? Do you have a website?
I do not. I used to, but the website just sat there and gathered dust previously. It was sparklerides.com. But I know eventually my idea would cost about $1 million from a financial backer to back.
I disagree with that. I think that it's not going to cost you all that amount of money. And I think this is actually what takes people out of business. And there was a question, I was on a panel the other day and we were all talking, and this particular woman, Lily, she brought up the financial side of life and nobody answered except myself because I happen to know a lot about the financial side of life. And I can remember when I first came out with a show called Voices of Tomorrow, and everyone said, oh, you can't do that. It's going to cost you, 20, 30,000 every time you go out shooting. Every time I went out shooting, it cost me $0.
Oh, wow.
And I put on a beautiful show. I had everything I needed. So that there are things out there that you can put together and you can do. It's just a matter of getting the right people, right, AJ?
Absolutely, Ninon. And you did that for many years. And people can look up, put Ninon DeVere DeRosa and Voices of Tomorrow will come up, and other wonderful shows that you've done as executive producer in the past. Yeah.
But we did that on a shoestring because I didn't have, I had some money, but I didn't have money to put out on this thing. But It never cost me anywhere like that at all. Yes, of course I spent money because I wanted to spend the money, but it actually didn't have to cost me any money, and it didn't.
Right. So, well, I mean, it is going to cost money to buy the cars, obviously, and to buy the materials to make them sparkly.
Yeah, but so you get the car and you work on the car and you get the car organized and work, and you get a couple of partners, get 2 partners that are going to come in with you, but quote unquote, get people that know anything about cars, not people that want to go out on the stage and sing and make money. You want somebody who's interested in doing cars.
Well, I'll take the stage route if I have to. I mean,
you can take the stage. That's for you, not them.
Oh, right.
That's yours. That's your platform.
And so I'm sorry, we're gonna have to wrap it up soon, Ninon.
Okay. So anything else you'd like to put out there, Rick Hazy, Mr. Sparkles, and Ryan Blackwell?
Well, I just it's such a thrill to be on your show again. Thank you so much for having me, and I can't thank you enough It's such a joy. You make me smile. When
I
I'm
want to
on
make
your
you
show.
smile. Actually, I remember your wife. Did she not have long blonde hair?
She has different. She has many different hairs. Yes,
Oh.
her hair changes on a daily basis.
Because I
She,
remember she had this lovely blonde hair, and I remember
yep.
she was so sweet, and she
She
was
has a
so.
she had this nice pinup dress.
That's right, and she was very supportive of you. I've got to go and find that show. But
Yep.
she was very supportive of you and helping and doing what a wife does, I guess. I don't know. I've
Yep.
forgotten
She moved
what
here.
does a wife do anymore? I don't
She
know.
moved here against her will. Well, not really against her will, but she moved here because I wanted to.
Oh, others see, that's nice. That's support. That's what women are. Women support their men.
Yes.
Yes. So how can we get a hold of you or any financial investors or partners who want to collaborate with you, Mr. Sparkles?
They could send me an email if they'd like, and I don't know if you have the ability to put that up.
Yes, we do.
You can put that out, Ryan_Hayes_E@yahoo.com. That's my email address. Feel free to email me that way. I won't give out my phone number publicly. I've had bad experiences with that in the past, but they can also reach me through Facebook on my Mr. Sparkles page. I'm the only Mr. Sparkles on Facebook, as far as I'm aware.
Oh, you're original. There's only one Ninon. Well, no, one Ninon de Rosa. So you and I are originals. They can't take it away from us.
There is only one Ryan Hazy, and I am he.
They can try, but they don't get very far, Ninon. You're the original article. I've heard the stories. I've seen the copycats, and same with you, Mr. Sparkles. You are an original as well, and we love you. So thank you so much.
And we must not forget there is no person like AJ Dean.
Oh, I'm just behind the scenes, but it's my honor.
Not just behind the scenes. She's one of a kind, and she's amazing. Absolutely. I want to thank our audience out there for watching, for tuning in. Help this young man, Mr. Sparkles. I think he would need some, with a sparkle car, or to make a beautiful show and a vaudeville and all that stuff, and have a band of 8 or more. I think if you all collaborated, all got together, how exciting that would be for every one of you. And an experience that some of you haven't even had, but this would give you the opportunity. He said, yes, we'd have to rehearse and do all that stuff, but you've got to do that anytime. You still got to do that in business. Whatever you do, you've got to work, unfortunately. But sometimes what you do is not work. But thank you for watching Vegas. Thank you for watching Ninon Speaks. Absolutely amazing. And don't forget, we are Roku. Take care. Love you all. Thank you very much, Ryan. You're amazing. Take care.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.